Hi and welcome back to Normski TV, another What's Going On podcast. We have a lot to talk about. What a weekend that's gone. Listen, as you've come into the stream, I haven't seen anybody yet. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and share if you're new on the road to 300. And it's been a pleasant weekend for some and not so pleasant for others. We have got some people waiting in the back room. Chili won't be with us tonight. He might be joining us in the chat. He won't be able to make it tonight. So excuse Chili for that. But listen, we've still got 3/4 of the group here. So we are going to go into this weekend's event. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, there's been some controversial stuff over the weekend. A lot of moaning going on from a certain man with very large gnashers, Mr. Jurgen Klopp himself. And we are going to be talking football, all things football this weekend. So we're obviously going to be looking at the Premier review and your player ratings, Ref Watch. There's a lot to talk about in that. Also, was it 64 games too many for Klopp's aging players? And is this Arsenal a different animal now, or will they revert back to type? And obviously, we're going to talk about the What's Going On prediction table league. And there's a certain man just flying away with that. So we will be revealing that at the end and going for our prediction. Also, just to let you know, for the next couple of weeks, I will be away over the other side in the land of Oz. So I'm hoping and praying to do a show from there. It's going to be a bit mad because I've got to sort out my VPN stuff and everything. So I'm hoping that I can get that sorted out as well. And hopefully we'll have a show for you next week, although it might be about 3:00 in the morning when I'm doing it, or 3:30 in the morning, but it's got to be done. So I'll keep you posted and let the lads know, and hopefully we'll have a show for you next week. Anyway, listen, without further ado, I'm going to bring in the people into the house. And first of all, let me bring in Mr. Big D, Mr. Kofi Klopp, who's sitting in a motorway somewhere, and Mr. Ez. How you doing, fellas?
Greetings.
Yes, Nom.
Yeah, you all good?
Yeah, man.
You all good? Yeah, everybody good?
I wish I was happier.
You wish you was happier?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, don't worry about it, mate. I'm sure we have some clinical surgery for you today. We get for you to talk to us. Yeah, we can put our white coats on for you today if you want, Kofi. It's up to you.
Get Kofi on the couch, man.
Get Kofi on the couch. Yeah, couch time for Kofi. As I said, Big Chili's not with us this evening, but listen, nevertheless, we move. So first of all, let me just find out how everybody's doing this evening. So first of all, let's go to Big D. What are you saying?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you guys backstage, a little bit worse for wear, as in the lack of sleep. But you know what? It's all good. Tomorrow we'll sleep.
It's another day. Another day, man. But it's good. It's good.
And then the weekend came good.
Yeah.
I actually went weekend. I went to see my godson play drums for the Drifters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did see that on your. Did you see that post on your Insta?
Nice gig, man. It was all right. Yeah, nice gig. Yeah. That was fun because I hadn't seen him play live for a while, so it was good to catch up with him. You imagine I got a 30-year-old godson. He was my first godson. That's how you know you're getting older.
Oh, wow.
When your godson turns 30 and things, it's like wow.
That's actually quite scary. That is quite scary. But yeah, man. It seemed like he was enjoying it. So I saw captured some of the guys. So are they like a is it? It's not the actual Drifters though, is it? Is it?
No, it's a tribute band. Tribute band.
Tribute band, right? Okay.
Yeah. The Drifters are going to be close to 100, I would think, or thereabouts. 90-year-old Drifters. You imagine?
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. There's a few of the tribute bands going. Apparently, they're all controlled by the same consortium. Apparently.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, so he jumped on that. He was playing for another gig, jumped on that one.
Yeah,
and that worked out good for him. So yeah, it's nice.
Okay, all good. All right then. Listen, let's go to Ez. What are you saying, Ez? No, you got your Chelsea shirt on, mate.
I'm back. Big up everyone.
Ez is back.
Listen,
you must be well happy with your manager.
Listen, man, this is how it's got me feeling, man. Everyone in the chat, I hope you're having a wonderful week. So far, I hope everyone is feeling very good. I hope this week only goes. In fact, I'm going to go as far as I hope you all get wins this week, apart from against Chelsea. But that's how good I'm feeling. That's how good I'm feeling.
Oh boy. Well, that's good to hear. It's good to see a smile back on your face, mate. And
that's right.
You've put the dark glasses down and gone off the black shirt and everything. So that's good, mate. You're not in mourning at the moment.
No.
Unlike some other persons sitting with us sitting on the motorway in the dark. You know what I mean? I know he's actually sitting on a service station, so excuse the light, but I'm sure
I'm happy. I'm chilled. I'm still smiling, even though my team ain't making me smile right now. But it's all blessed. It's all blessed.
Yeah. Well, listen, it is how it is, man. Yes, Potter got Chelsea playing better football than Tuchel. Wow, that's. Would you agree with that? Would you?
Yeah, 100%.
Would you agree with that?
100%. I mean, Tuchel was tired tactically.
Yeah,
tactically tired. I'm not going to take away from what he done though. He put down the foundations for Potter to just be able to come in and be like, cool, you pretty much have it. Let me put in the final bits. So. Yeah. I mean,
yes, Mr. Root Call. Sorry, yeah. It's been a been time, man. But good to have you back, man. Yeah, good to have you back. But yes, I'm just saying that. As I mean, if I've been perfectly honest, I didn't think that he might even cut it in the Champions League. Because he had really. All right, yes, he's played, in Europe before in the Europa League. I think as far as he's gone, if I remember rightly. So I was kind of a little bit worried, him going into that job.
He never attended the Champions League game, even as a spectator before.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So to go and beat AC Milan 3-0 at home, you go, okay, fair enough, but you're gonna go lose at the San Siro. Of course you are. Yeah. And you go to San Siro and beat them 2-0. You know what I mean? And then,
just out of interest, that foul from tomorrow, was that a send off?
Never a red card. Never a red card.
So, yeah,
never. Obviously, we will take it. Of course, we'll take it, but never. If that was against us, I'd be on here.
You'd
be on here whinging.
Yeah. Well, listen, look, you're doing well. You're topping the table right now as it stands. Listen, long may it continue until we play you in November. Okay. Trent couldn't handle Martinelli. Listen, man, we are coming on to that. We are coming on to that. We are.
Craig there early, Craig is going there early. Yes, Craig. Big up yourself, man.
Bro. Listen.
Norms. Let's just get things out of the way. The game was.
We're not getting that. No, you listen. We're not getting nothing out of the way. Yeah, order. I think we've lost Kofi there. The light's gone out on him. I don't know if he's. Yeah, what's happening? Yeah. Did something drop off?
Yeah, Kofi's sponsored by Esso this evening, man. Big up yourself, man. Esso, I love that.
Right, I think Kofi's just trying to adjust his camera. But listen, look, we are going to look at the subject matters ahead of us, and we're going to first of all, obviously, as we do, look at the Premier League review and the player ratings. And before, obviously, we come onto our teams and do our ratings for them, let's look at some of the games. One of the games on Saturday was Bournemouth against Leicester. Now, Leicester coming off of a great win against Nottingham Forest last week, thinking that my man would have got sacked as a result of that, but he ended up getting a what do you call it on his contract. They renewed his contract, extended his contract, should I say? And Leicester go away to Bournemouth. I think Leicester did go 1-0 up. I think it was Packer? Paxton Daka that scored the first goal.
He scored early as well, Norm. He scored early, didn't he? He scored early.
Yeah, he scored early. He scored early. The thing is, I'm actually quite amazed by Bournemouth. Kofi's team slapped them up at 9-0, as we know. And since then, I don't even know if they've lost a game. I might be wrong, but since my man for Bournemouth, who's taken over on a temporary basis, I think it's O'Neill. I can't remember I think it's O'Neill has taken over on a temporary basis. Listen, he's got these guys playing well or steady the ship, should I say?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they come from behind and win that game 2-1.
How on earth Rodgers still got a job? I don't know how Rodgers still got a job in this climate. In this climate,
I mean, his compensation is
yes.
The owners don't want to pay him off. That's why he's still got a job.
Yes.
Otherwise, if money wasn't an issue, he'd be gone.
Yeah. I mean, I'm amazed by it. And I mean, I think as they currently sit, I think I don't know if they've gone back bottom. I think they've gone back bottom, if my memory serves me right. They could be popping up. They could be popping up the table as we speak.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they are popping up the table.
Yeah.
So listen, where Bournemouth sitting in the table right now? They must
Bournemouth
be sitting
are
kind of mid-table.
Bournemouth are 8th, Norman.
8th. Listen. Can I just say this for the record? Yeah. Kofi Klopp's team. Yeah, Kofi Klopp's team. Battered Bournemouth.
Getting it.
They are sitting currently. Liverpool are sitting currently at 10th or 11th.
I'm getting it.
10th. But Norman, you realise, right? Bournemouth are sitting 8th with a -12 goal difference. How crazy is that?
That is crazy. I mean, after that slapping from Liverpool, I was thinking,
right,
they don't stand a chance. And I had them. I don't know for the rest of you. I had one of them as one of the teams definitely going down. Listen, it's still early days. It's still early days. But listen, at the moment, you know, the temporary manager's got them playing, and they've become quite resilient as well.
Wow.
So I don't know your thoughts on it quickly as we move on to the next game.
They've lost in 5 games. Last 5.
Wow.
Listen, they're surviving now.
Yeah, he's absolutely steadied the ship. Absolutely steadied the ship.
Sometimes a massive defeat can just make you just stronger.
Yeah.
Well, a big part of it was definitely selling. Getting rid of Scott Parker.
Yeah,
you know, his football is just not Premier League ready.
No.
Fulham.
I think someone was even saying, I don't know if it was on this chat, I don't know if it was Chile was saying that he should be someone that should go for the England job. I don't know what your thoughts on that is and what people think.
England job.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's such a sideways move, isn't it? You know, Southgate, Scott Parker.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, what's his level? Is his level Championship football then? And we're saying that's his level.
I think that's his level.
Yeah, sometimes, you have to just accept that, don't you? Just read the room and know that this is the room you're not supposed to be in right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the moment, I don't even know if he's better than Tony Pulis and them, man. There.
Exactly. Yeah.
Bro, just talking about sackings. What's the guy? Your ex-Man United player got sacked from West Brom.
It was Steve Bruce.
Bruce.
Yeah.
This guy, man, journeyman Steve Bruce, you know.
I don't know. But Norman, he's a rich journeyman, though.
Yeah.
Because every time he gets fired, he walks away with a couple of mil or whatever. You know what I mean? It's mad.
Oh, listen. I mean, Steve. This guy. I mean, he's got them sitting in the relegation during the Championship. I know we're not talking. We're talking about the Premier League, but he's got them sitting currently in relegation, and they've got rid of him. So I don't know who West Brom are going to bring in, but they've certainly sacked a lot of managers. So I don't know who their next managerial appointment will be, but we'll just have to see what happens. But you know, let's just quickly, rest in peace, Dame Angela Lansbury. Arsenal. I've got Arsenal connections there, I believe. R.I.P. for that. Thanks for that, Craig. But let's move on quickly. Newcastle 5, Brentford 1.
Yeah, wow. Newcastle on some different.
They were moving mad.
Different.
I mean, Bruno Guimaraes, I think he got a brace in that game as well.
Yeah.
In that game, but
good goals.
I think I don't know. Did they score? They scored first. Was he equalised?
Yeah, they scored first. No, they scored.
And then there was and then because I know Brian if I can say in Bramwell, he had his goal ruled out in the 11th minute. Then Bruno Guimaraes, who we was linked with, he scored, and then 7 minutes later, Jacob Murphy for Newcastle equalised.
Yeah,
and then basically
tell a lie.
Sorry, Jacob Murphy is Newcastle. Sorry, 2-0. And Iber Tony getting his customary penalty to make it 2-1. Make it 2-1. But Bruno Guimaraes back on the score sheet again, getting a brace, as I said, and Newcastle just basically went on and pretty much slapped this team. You know,
they terrorised them.
Brentford. Yeah, I mean, Brentford are a strange team, as I said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have moments. You know, they're like moments FC. You know what I mean? Look what they did with your team, D. You know what I mean?
They pammed us, man. That's what I'm saying.
And then you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. That's why I like this league.
Football is like mad something at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, you know, this league is crazy, but anything can happen. And I know there's people out there saying it's the Farmers League because of the fact that Man City and Haaland and all of that. But listen, can you believe it? Haaland didn't score. You know why he didn't score? Because he didn't play.
He gave him a night off, didn't he?
He gave him a night off. He gave him a night off, and they ended up drawing against Copenhagen.
There's reasons to that.
Right.
Because come Sunday, boy, if Liverpool don't even open their eyes wide,
oh my
gosh,
gosh,
gonna be hitting 4, 5.
Is that at Anfield, Coffee?
Yes, at Anfield, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I never write off Liverpool at Anfield.
No,
even on form, even current form.
This
you know what I mean?
This guy's a different beast, and he's just gonna look at all our defense and saying, "Pew, pew, pew, I'm picking you all off."
Yeah, but he's not going to play Trent, is he? He's not going to play Trent at the weekend.
Well, he can't because he's injured.
Trent's injured.
He's injured. So you take him out the firing line. I don't know.
Who's your centre backs? Konate and Van Dijk, is it?
Well, Matip is injured, so Konate, Van Dijk, Gomez as well. Gomez
at right back. Yeah.
Gomez right back, and Tsimikas.
But that might be better for you. That might be better for you because Gomez ain't no joke. You know,
Gomez is a lot better defender.
Yeah,
he's a central defender. Yeah, he's a central defender. But listen, when he come on, he pretty much showed the Trent how to defend on Sunday. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It is what it is.
The reason why Trent got injured because Trent decided, I can't take this anymore.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah,
he pulled the Pogba, man, innit? He pulled the Pogba, innit?
Yeah, he did another Pogba.
He pulled the Pogba, man.
Did he definitely?
Couldn't
handle Martinelli. And talking about obviously the team that you're going to be playing on Sunday, Kofi, Man City against Southampton. Pretty much foregone conclusion. 4-0. Goals by Foden. Again, another goal by Haaland. This now makes it 15-9.
Yeah.
15.
And they barely got out of gear now.
Absolutely ridiculous. So what's that again?
So they barely got out of second gear in that game.
Yeah. Barely got out of second gear. I'm surprised Ralph is still in a job as well, because I don't know how that guy, he gets, Southampton as a team gets some serious trouncing by certain. Leicester 1 year beat them something like, was it 8-0 or 9-0 at their ground? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And he still survived.
He might have something in his contract that says, if it doesn't look like I'm going to get you relegated, you can't fire me. Because seriously, it's like this dude, he's like a cat. You got 9 lives, boy.
Yeah, 9 lives, mate. 9 lives.
Yeah.
Craig just letting us know that we know Diaz is going to be out
after the
World Cup.
Wow.
Yeah, so that must be real gut wrenching for him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he came out the game on crutches and braces. So yeah, it's not good for him. I mean, in general, the injury situation with Liverpool right now, he's not looking too good at all. But listen, this is what we're talking about, and it's the same for Arsenal as well in terms of squad size. You know, you need a decent sized squad, but obviously with quality. You lose 2 or 3 players, and then literally you're down to the bare bones. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's tough. As they say, it's tough at the top. You know what I mean? This is what it's all about. And when you're playing in those kind of competitions, but yeah. So Man City 4-0. Comfortable winners in that game. Then we'll come to Chelsea. Chelsea 3, Wolves 0. Your old player coming back. Costa? Coming back.
Fans were singing for him, same way.
Yeah, I heard that was singing for him, and I think when he got taken off, he went off the long way, did he?
Yeah, he did.
And I don't think his manager was happy about that, but it is what it is. So yeah, do you want to give us a little? I didn't get to watch the game. But I don't know if you just want to give us an assessment of the game.
Listen. The doctor is here, Mr. GP, Gary Potter. The doctor is here. He's gone to work. Notice at Brighton he was wearing these tracksuits. Now I'm seeing man.
I know the man is wearing Marks and Spencer's black t-shirt, and just Prada.
Yeah, that's
Prada.
I'm seeing him in the Italian tailored stuff now.
It's interesting the mindset, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
because as I said, he was in tracksuits and all of a sudden now, I don't know. Is it a thing when you start managing clubs in the top six that you start wearing suits? Is that why Klopp has got back to wearing tracksuit bottoms?
No matter what we talk about, Kofi's not getting a break today. I don't think and I blame this because of how you was moving in pre-season, Kofi. This is why.
I said to myself today that I need to just face the music how it is because
Kofi living in regret right now.
It's real mud time. It's mud time.
It's true. But yeah, Chelsea quickly. Look, it's nice to have a number 9 scoring. Aubameyang's got 3 and 4 games. No disrespect to Arsenal, but he's scoring goals for us. I'm glad that there's a mutual respect between him and his past. There's no point having this bad spell or history about him. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit of a weird encounter when we face you in November. But Aubameyang's coming. He just worked. That's what I wanted, boys. At the beginning of the season, I said I wanted a hitman. You don't
exactly.
Love Chelsea. You don't have to pretend to love us. Just score me goals. And that's what he's doing. He's coming, and he knows he's not going to be here 5 years. You know what I mean? A year and a half, 2 years, and we'll be looking at the next best thing that we can get in the market when it's available. Yeah, but I'm seeing Reece James playing some of the best football. You know what I mean? Thiago Silva didn't even get on the pitch against.
I mean, the goal he scored last week in Champions League
against AC Milan, near post. That's a striker's finish, Norms.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? People like Conor Gallagher getting game time. It's good. Mason Mount's found his feet again. I started to forget who he was, and now he's getting assists left, right, and center. Right. Wow. So what I'm seeing is good stuff. It's real good stuff. I really got too much to add. I'm not even going to do player ratings right now. I mean,
it'd be interesting to know whether David has changed his mind on Potter.
I was trying. Remember, I was trying to be cool when he was dissing him. Yeah. Because that's my Chelsea partner. I can't come with it and argue with him. But I think Potter, he has to prove first if he's good or not. And he's so far 3 games, and he hasn't conceded a goal. 3-0 AC Milan. 3-0 Wolves, 2-0 AC Milan. You know what I mean? So that's and he's scoring goals. It's not like we're edging 1-0. They're convincing wins.
Yeah, Kai Havertz on the score sheet in injury time in the first half, and then second half Christian Pulisic in the 54th minute, and then Armando Broja on the score sheet as well.
And it was a big goal. It was a big.
He came off the bench, isn't it? He came off the bench, right?
And he said, "Right, yeah, cool." You know what I mean? And they're just giving this young boy a 6-year contract. So this is where if he's one of them players that once he gets his contract, he's gonna chill off. He's showing that nah. When Aubameyang goes, you don't need to find another striker. You know what I mean? That's what he's kind of trying to be saying these games. That's how he's motivating him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I heard that. I might have read this wrong, but I heard that rumors about Aubameyang possibly. Yes, Junior, what are you saying, brother? Possibly in talks with PSG and might make a move in January.
For Aubameyang.
Yeah. Did you read anything about that or something?
There's talks about that, and obviously, once again, Aubameyang knew he was never long term. But as soon as January though, with I mean, he's quite he's just literally just signed for the club. Unless he's got something up his sleeve, Todd Bowley's got something up his sleeve. I think Todd Bowley is already in talks with Nkunku.
Right. Okay.
So if Nkunku comes in the summer, Aubameyang's second, third striker, because we're looking at Broja and Nkunku being the future.
Right. So if Aubameyang goes,
sorry.
Yeah. All right. So if Aubameyang goes in January, you've got Broja, but
Broja and Havertz have to carry it.
Right. Okay.
You know, and at the end of the day, if he wants to go in Jan, we will have to let him go, because at the end of the day, he's listening to us getting pre-contract deals with strikers for the summer, which he needs to know where he's going to be. I think he was always all right with Chelsea being a sideways move, because at Barca, he was going to be on that bench. You know what I mean? Lewandowski's here, my guy. You're going to have to sit on the bench. At least at Chelsea, he could play his Champions League football and almost put himself out there that he's still scoring goals. He can get a move. At Barca, he probably wouldn't secure the next move at a top club. You know what I mean? If he sat on the bench. So it was a win-win for all parties for Aubameyang to come.
But yeah, I mean, listen, look, as I said, things seem to be ticking, you know, over nicely at the blue side of London. But for Wolves, again, another loss. Look, I think they're currently sitting in the relegation zone.
They are.
18th. Yeah.
I mean, what now? What now for them? And they haven't got a new manager yet, have they?
I'm tired of people sacking managers without a good number, unless you've got a very good caretaker.
Yeah.
What was your plan? What's your plan?
Yeah, and that is the problem.
Bruno Lage wasn't a bad manager. He had no strikers.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not like the man was out of contract, you know. I think they paid him up 2.5 years nearly, or 3 years worth of money.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
So and leave them managerless. That don't make any sense to me.
No, it doesn't.
It's a bad business model, that is. Yeah.
And then the people that are caretaking have not got a clue. You know, at Chelsea, they look tactically inept. You know, they had no answers. So, you know, it's very strange. And maybe that is part of Leicester's problem as well. If they was to sack Rodgers, who do they bring in?
Yeah,
you know? Very strange times. You know, yeah, that's a strange.
But then you look at the Rodgers thing, like you give him no money, you sell some of his players, and then you know what I mean. It's like, but then he fell out with Schmeichel. I think that might have been
that one for me was a shock.
I think
they were selling him.
Losing the training room because they fell out badly, and I think Schmeichel was a very popular character in that dressing room. So I think some of the players are not really pulling up trees for Rodgers right now because of what went on.
At some point, because Rodgers doesn't really care anymore, and it's clear he doesn't really care anymore. They have to say, you know what, we just got 70 million for Fana. We can pay man 20 million.
Exactly.
We can pay 20 million out of
it. Yeah.
You know, pay the man his money, and they're gonna sell Maddison, aren't they? You know what I mean? They're gonna sell him.
Yeah,
they have to.
Does he listen? I mean, if they're, as I said, they're currently sitting in the bottom. Propping up the table come January, if they're still there, as you said, D, about whether if there's so the question is if Leicester go into January, because they normally say if you're bottom at Christmas, the likelihood is that it's going to be very difficult to pull that back. Do you think Leicester should act? I know you're saying about it's a lot of compensation money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
But it's not only acting. If they fire him, a big team's going to go in for Maddison, surely. Yeah. And even Tillsman as well.
Yeah,
I think both of them would. Yeah, but I think both of them.
I mean, listen, we was linked with Tielemans all summer. I mean, I've been watching some of his performances for Leicester. Not the quickest. And again, I don't know. It could be the fact that he was probably looking for a move. His mind was elsewhere and stuff like that. Obviously, he's had to knuckle down and stuff like that. But from what I've seen of him, and I'm looking, I don't even know if he would get into the Arsenal side right now.
No, don't be deceived, Norms. Don't be deceived. This Tielemans guy has been balling since 16, 17 years old.
I'm not saying, listen. What
playing
I'm
the
saying,
poor side as well, Norm, you know? He's playing in the poor team. He's playing in the poor team.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's probably clouded
my mindset.
My judgment and view. Yeah.
Because if you think about it, if Xhaka gets injured, there's no one in your team that does what Xhaka's role is. Yeah, his new role. What I'm saying is a new role.
Yeah. But does Tielemans play that advanced though?
Yeah.
He can do, yeah.
That's where the magic happens.
And then you guys could generally rotate and not skip it. And
that's a scary thought.
In the rotate. Otherwise, like us, we're going to end up burning out players because the rotation not quite there. Playing the same guys,
and I think that's as I said, that's the problem with Arsenal as well.
What Arteta's done, he's protected the likes of Odegaard and Xhaka. Xhaka before was often found being the deepest midfielder.
Yeah.
That's where all his mistakes were happening.
Yeah.
Now they said, no, Partey's here now, mate. You stay up there. If that ball goes,
Partey will deal. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Partey's here to clean up. And it's similar with Tielemans, where people are expecting to do this box-to-box thing. Tielemans was at his best when Ndidi was solid.
Yeah.
I don't know what's
exactly.
I don't know what's happened to Ndidi at the moment.
He's fed up. I think he's fed up.
I think a lot of them are.
Just going through the motions. Yeah, you can see that they're going through the motions at that team now. It's not.
The only reason Maddison's playing is because he's got England motivation.
And he wants a move as well. I think he wants a move.
The England motivation, but the thing is, will Southgate give him that chance? That's the problem.
Yeah. It's a big one. But Tielemans, Arsenal have played it right with Tielemans, that don't pay anything for him. If he moves, so be it.
Yeah, because he'll go on a free. He can start talking. Well, listen. Well, he can start talking in January. So
2 months.
Yeah. 2 months. Yeah.
Just over.
But you had Brendan come out and sing Maddison's praises, saying that this kid is England born. Why is he not in England squad? So almost calling out Southgate after one of his performances. So clearly they're good, as in him and Maddison and Brendan are good. Otherwise, Brendan wouldn't be bigging him up and trying to push him into that England squad. But
yeah. I mean, there was 2 points that Craig. There was a question earlier on that Craig has said, can Liverpool make top 4? Which I'm going to incorporate when we come to talk about the Arsenal and Liverpool game. And also this question here, I want to address that as well. And I'll also will come back to that. So 2 very good points there, Craig, which I'll come back and address. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there, but it could be some sort of fire sale come January for Leicester. Do you know what I mean? And players down in tools. Right. Let's move on to Chili's team. He's obviously not here with us, but if he's in the chat, I'm sure he'll definitely put his comment in there. Harry Kane getting his goal against Brighton. I thought Brighton in that game were really frustrating. I watched that game. That's my son's second team, and I watched the game, and the chances that they created against Liverpool. I mean, literally, they were tearing. I don't know if it's because of the fact that Liverpool are more open. Now, they play more open football as opposed to, we know how Tottenham play. I mean, they keep it tight. But it was just so frustrating because, Danny Welbeck, mate. I mean, I'm sure he's bored Lukaku's Timberland boots, mate, because every time the ball came to him, it was just literally just...
He couldn't hold it.
It was always... either Danny Welbeck is a magnet, and when the ball comes, it just repels.
But no, you see how he terrorized us when we played him.
That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is he's a real sketchy player, man. Yeah, but I suppose you know what? When you go and play your old club, then you have to show an account to say, see what you're missing. Yeah, you should never have sold me. You know what I mean? So I get it that he gets off for playing Man United, but
it's two different Brightons, and
it's not a man you can.
It looked like a tricky game for Tottenham. Because I remember last week we were speaking about it when we mentioned to Chile, we said like, your next game away is to Brighton. He's like, oh, because after watching them against Liverpool and what Trossard did, in the first half, and obviously getting an hat-trick against him, you're thinking, well, Trossard could be that man again. But they just, I don't know. And Tottenham were okay. I mean, they didn't pull up any trees. But, the style of football that they play is not attractive, but they've got the job done. And coming off the back of a draw against who did they draw against in the Champions League? I think was it Frankfurt? I think it was Frankfurt.
Yeah, Frankfurt. Yeah. I think it was.
They're playing. I know they're playing them tonight at home, but away they ended up drawing that game 0-0. So They've gone away to Brighton and got a 1-0 result. As I said, Harry Kane, I think now he's on 8 goals now. And again, another assist from Son. So these two are going away with the assists and goal scoring partnership. I think it's something like 43, 44 goals and assists between them. Breaking I can't remember whose record it is now. I think it's who's the record? I can't remember who it is, but they've obviously passed that now. And it's said getting his one goal. I mean, in that game, Harry Kane did get a knock to his ankle, and at first it looked a little bit like because obviously with the World Cup coming up. So, and that's the other thing as well with the World Cup coming up. Is Harry Kane is he playing at full throttle? Do you see that in his game, or do you think he's holding back? I mean, or in general, is everybody holding back? I mean, when I look at
you have to question it.
Yeah. When I look at Gabriel Jesus, I mean, that guy, bro, he ain't holding back for nobody. You know what I mean? Man getting knocked out at the weekend, by Timias. Is it Timias? And I was thinking, oh my gosh, here we go. You know what I mean? That's it. It's all over. Man gets up, a couple of smelly salts from, you know what I mean? And he's back on the pitch going again.
So South American boy is a hard
South American boy, man. Hard back South American boy. But yeah, so, Tottenham bounced back from their loss against us and, win that game 1-0. So let's move to Sunday. And let's look at the West Ham Fulham game. West Ham winning that game 3-1, and there was a controversial handball in that game by Antonio. The goal was given,
right,
and in that same game, or shall I say, in the game later on in the evening, where Rashford, even though you guys ended up winning the game.
Don't get me started on that one.
Do you know what I mean? What are your thoughts now? Let's have a little bit of ref watch on this. How on earth, you could clearly see that Antonio's one was a clear handball and he handled it and controlled it, and yet they gave it. They looked at it, but whereas Rashford one, it kind of bounced up and they disallowed the goal, which I found really strange.
It's too inconsistent, and it's going to be interesting to see how VAR works at the World Cup if they're using it. I'm assuming they're going to use it at the World Cup.
Yeah,
but for us, I think we're just getting it wrong every week in this country.
Yeah, there's no consistency
horrible
at all.
Every week. Yeah, horrible. Every week we're talking about VAR every week.
Yeah,
it's just like, come on, man, guys.
Yeah, and I know. Listen, I know when it comes to our game, I know Kofi's got some issues with that, so we will touch on that. You know what I mean? I call it the rub of the green.
If you look at it, Norm, like use the VAR for offside. You've got the goal line for if the ball crosses the line.
Yeah.
After that, there's no need for it. You know what I mean? I think the referee, because the referees in the past had to look at that in real time and make the call.
Yeah.
Now they're bailing out on VAR every single time. They're bottling it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
but you know what? It's not the actual technology. It's not the actual technology as we know. You know what I mean? Because we instantly blame VAR. It's the people and their interpretation running it and their interpretation of it. You know?
What did you just watch? What are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Every week we have the same thing. Yeah.
When it's used right, it's amazing. Because sometimes goals are not given when absolutely they should have been, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or an offside call, which is blatant missed by the linesman or something along them lines.
Yeah.
But when it's done wrong, it's so frustrating because that's what it's there for.
But is the goal line technology also attached to VAR? Or are they two separate things?
No, it's two separate things.
Not goal line technology.
Okay, right.
That comes off the referee's watch, innit?
Yeah, watch, right. Yeah, that's what I thought,
Yeah.
The offside is VAR.
That's right. Yeah. But then the handball is as well, or alleged handballs.
So handballs, I'm sure.
It's on VAR. Right. Yeah, it's on VAR. Yeah.
That is VAR.
But then, so what point does because the referee is supposed to have more control in terms of how he decides what decision he wants to give. So if he doesn't want VAR to get involved, then
I don't think it works like that. I think what VAR is meant to say is, look, we've seen something. This is what it is. Blah, 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 blah. In fact, we're definitely sure it's this. That's one option. Okay. Yeah. The other option is we're not sure, and we're not going to overrule you because that's not what we're meant to do. Go look at the screen.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what man's meant to do. Go look at the screen and look at it in his own interpretation. Discuss it with them. What was your problem with it? Yeah. That's the rules. I'm giving a pen, or I'm not giving that decision, or whatever it is. That's how it's meant to. That's how
the inconsistency. It's because sometimes, sometimes they tell the referee to go and look at it, and then there's other times nothing happens. Yeah. And that happened over this weekend as well. Do you know what I mean? Where you was expecting VAR to go and do it, they didn't. So it's like,
because if you look at the American sports, right, they constantly go to the screen room in the NFL, in the NBA, not so much in the hockey and the baseball, but in the NBA and the NFL, in those big games, they go to the screen, man. Because
but D, I hear what you're saying, and yes, it's good, but man, it's that kind of stop start and
the momentum of the game. Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah. But, and you know how football is played. You know, I mean, listen. You know, when we heard about VAR coming out and everything, everybody's thinking, oh, it's going to ruin the game. It's going to ruin the flow of the game and stuff like that. And, you know, you get to that point now when you don't even know if you can cheer for a goal or not. Because
that's what I'm saying. So, you know what I mean? It's already gone there, no?
Yeah.
I think it's already gone there where it's spoiling spoiling our viewing. But you can't be, today I'm going to the screen and the next game, I'm not going to bother. Because then, fans are saying this is the same referee that pulled the same stunt when we played at their place. And then it becomes a little bit fishy. Then, you know, you start to look dark in the light. You're like, bro, you're not a good referee, you know, because you got a pattern here. So when Klopp comes out or any other manager comes out and complains about certain things, it may be that he's seeing a pattern with certain referees that choose when they feel to go to the screen. So for me, if both parties are in doubt, he has to go to the screen room. A decision. You can't just say, well, wave it off. Nah, bro. Go and have a look because you stop the game. The moment you stop the game for that incident and you're corking your ear and if you keep corking your ear because they're saying to you, go to the screen, my friend. And you're like, I don't want to go to the screen. No, go to the screen.
Yeah. But listen, we as I say, we know the subject will come up when we discuss the Liverpool, because there was a couple of contentious decisions in that game. But do I care? Sorry, but anyway, look. Let's just carry on about the West Ham Fulham game. Look, Fulham going 1-0 up. Get Andreas Pereira in the 5th minute, scored early. Then West Ham getting a penalty in the 29th minute, Jared Bowen, and then Skamaka he's starting to bag a few now. Especially in the Europa. He's starting to get a few now. He's starting to find his feet. Yes, Latoya, long time no see.
Latoya.
So you know he makes it 2-1, and then obviously that controversial goal. Listen, the game had pretty much gone. You know, but in the 91st minute in injury time, Mikel gets the goal and wraps up the game. But they looked at it, but didn't deem it as he handled the ball deliberately, which just don't get. And it's funny enough, I was in conversation with one of the guys that was in the chat, Alvin, and he referees. I don't know if he's still watching. If he wants to put that question in the chat, please put it in the chat. But he does refereeing, like under 16s or 15s up to 16, and you know he says it's tough. It's tough out there because they don't have the technology, you know, because he's seeing everything in real time. You've got the parents, you've got the players coming at you, and you know all the abuse and everything that you get that comes with the territory of being a referee. And I can't remember the question that he wanted to pose a question which goes to, I think he was saying that ball to hand or hand to ball, it in terms of interpreting that, which one should be given? I think that's what he was saying. I think a question. So ball to hand, which to me logically means you're deliberately blocking a shot.
You're pushing your hand toward the ball.
Yeah.
But if you look at the Rashford one, is that full spout? The ball initially hits the defender or the goalkeeper.
That's right.
Hits his thigh, then comes around there somewhere.
Yeah.
And then it hits another player. He gets it back and slides it in. That's a goal.
Yeah.
The momentum, there's no way he can stop that. It's not like he puts his hand really out like he's directing traffic to bring the ball down. And I'm like, come on, man, because
But then in saying that, is he shielding the momentum of where the ball could go. Like if it's coming off his arm in the direction it does come off.
Yeah, but Kofi, he came off his thigh first. So at speed, it hits his leg and comes up because it's running. So it comes up.
But so we see what we're doing here now. We're deliberating over, it's interpretation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because Kofi's saying,
true.
well, it could it be? I mean, the people in VAR could be saying, could it be that he's trying to block the ball from, not deviating? Do you know what I mean? But then your interpretation is that it's gone through all that sequence of play, and it just looks like an accident that's happened.
Because then it's hit the goalkeeper, Norm. Then he's got it back under control again, which was amazing that he even did that and scored. So when you watch it in real speed, you're like, how did he even score that? With what happened, it was bobbled, it was out of control, bam, 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 boom, he scored. You're like, wow. And then you saw what happened. That goal gets out, and then we are pegged back for 22 minutes. And I just think, man, we should be 3-1 up. It shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
But that didn't matter because it completely changed the momentum of the game. When they should have been out of it at 3-1. So it kind of, it got me vexed. I ain't even going to pretend I got vexed with that. It was like...
But listen, West Ham go on and win that game 3-1. And, Climb, I think they were teetering around. For a long time, they were in the relegation. And then I think 1 or 2 games, I don't know if they got a draw. And then I think they're up as far as 13th now, I think. So they've pulled themselves away.
13th
from the relegation zone. You're hoping now, that they've got some kind of momentum. So we'll see what happens. But at least now, I mean, I've got to go back to the game against Chelsea, where Moyes, he was not happy when your Mendy guy feigned an injury. look, you see his mouth. Yeah, exactly. But listen, that's all water under the bridge now. It's all gone now, and I'm sure he's forgotten about that. But it's games like that, where you come away from the bridge 2-2, only to be told that the goal's ruled that they looked up for. Mendy's punched the ball away. Bowen has then gone over him, and then Mendy's crying. I'm like, come on, man. Jeez, man. Corruption in the camp, man. Corruption in the camp. But anyway, let's move on swiftly to Crystal Palace Leeds. Crystal Palace winning that game 2-1. And Pascal Schrock getting it in the 10th minute for Leeds, going 1-0 up. And then Odson Edouard getting the equaliser. And Eze, very good player, I like him. Making it 2-1. So it's great, really pleased for that. Again, Mr. Patrick Vieira, I know, again, it seems to be always coming back to Chelsea, doesn't it? Because again, he was very much aggrieved over that decision not to have sent off Thiago, but again, it's interpretation. Listen, Eds gave us the rule book, rule book 1 point, whatever, 1 dot, whatever, and you just got to go by what it is. When we do come onto our game, Kofi, you just got to go by the rule books, bro. Yeah, you just got to go by the rule books, brother. You know what I mean? You got to go by the rule books. But listen, we're nearly there. We're nearly
interpretation
there.
of the law.
So Crystal Palace coming out 2-1 winners in that game, and it's great. And then let's talk about your game, D.
Yeah, man, and you remember I said last week that was a potential banana skin going to Goodison.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
especially after getting slapped. Once.
Yeah.
And so I like the way he set up. You know what I mean? I like the way he set up. There's Man United fans telling me that we were never in trouble in that game. You played
a similar system to what Klopp is now starting to play, 4-2-3-1.
Yeah. And but he started Casemiro over Scott McSauce.
Scotty, Scotty boy.
Yeah, McSauce. So I still want more from Anthony.
Yeah.
Even though he scored a baller of a goal, mate.
Yeah,
but he kind of. I mean, I kind of get it. You got to find your feet in the Premier League. I think the pace is what has shocked him and Casemiro. The pace that there's no real let up.
No.
It's just back and forth, and I think they can stroll around, have more time on ball.
Yeah.
Which you're not getting in the Premier League. You're not getting that.
Unless they have to adapt.
Sits back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was good to see that. I mean, Eriksen get a rest, but Don is injured, so Eriksen ain't going to get a rest for now. But I mean, for me, a solid win to go there, and because they were the form team at home as well. So
absolutely,
to go there
Alex Iwobi, our old boy, getting goal in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And that was a nice goal as well, Norm. Yeah, man, he let that one go. but my concern again was Tony. Now they're saying that Tony felt something in the warm up, but he said he still wants to go. So this is how you know he loves the manager, because before that he would have sat, he would have looked off to the changing room. He gave it 30 minutes, and he was like, "If I play on this even more, I'm gonna do some serious damage." So that was smart. And then our guy stops sulking, stops chewing that bumblebee, and gets on the pitch. And then Ronnie, it's funny because if you watch the game in midweek, these mans were literally serving this man the dinner, and he couldn't score for love or money. And I was like, Ronnie, bro. He was in his own head.
Yep.
That's what I said to my brother. He's in his own head, because he never misses what he was missing in Europa. It was just like, this brother, what are you doing, Ronnie?
Yeah, I saw it on the chat. You were saying, how is this guy missing? I mean, literally.
And he was sweating like a racehorse, He was sweating. I said, what is going on? So for him to come off.
Bread,
I mean, for him to come on and just, CR700 and all that. That's what I was saying on Twitter, CR700, and get that. I think.
Well, because that's his 700.
Career goal, and he could actually breathe out and say, and I think that's what was in his head, being stuck on that number.
So, do you think now that he's got his 700 goal now, the shackles have been kind of? Do you think they would be let off now?
You remember what I said after the Man City game one year? I said I would start him, and people said, "No, you shouldn't say that, D, because the manager's got to do what the manager's got to do." I said, "Yeah, but since And then he did. He started him in Europa, and you saw the train crash. So for him to not get a start again, I can imagine there was a bit of feeling there. You know what I mean? That man, and he probably knew that he let himself down in Europa. So as soon as Martial's back, because Martial's going to play the way he wants him. I mean, people. You see what Roy Keane said about Haaland. All Haaland is there to do is score goals. I watched Haaland in the City game. Haaland was leading the press. So Roy Keane talking about his backside again as usual, saying that Haaland don't press. He was leading the press. He was waving them mans up.
Yeah.
So if Haaland is doing that, then Ronnie's got to do that.
Yeah, but
he's got to do that. And to be fair, he did it. No. And
I mean, listen,
you don't want to do it all the time.
One of games, but to do
you got to do it spells.
Yeah.
But then this was I said to my brother that Ronnie's not the future for us. Right, because he's out of there in the summer. He's gone, or January, whichever works out for him. He's not staying around. So for the manager not to put his eggs in that basket, you're gonna have to agree with it a little bit. You know what I mean? Because when Ronnie's gone, he's still got to convince who is left with that they were good enough. And so I'm happy he came and scored his goal. He didn't zoo actually, which was interesting. There's some self-awareness that suddenly hit him there to say, and that's probably the one he should have zooed at, the 700, but he didn't. Everyone came, Rashford, they all came around him, hugged him up. I think the whole team, because they knew
came
that
around him.
Give him some love,
Did they manage to take all the bumblebees out of his mouth?
Yeah, I think that he was spitting them out as he was putting his shin pads in. He kisses the shin pads, got his kids on there and all that, putting them in. He was spitting the bumblebees out at the same time. But he came on and did a job. You know what I mean? But if you watch him, 20 minutes in, he's sucking up oxygen, Yeah, I think the body is feeling it. His pride will never admit that, but you watched him. Every time they went to him on the camera, this man was breathing that oxygen in his heart. And I said, Roddy's, I think the heavy pitches are catching up with his legs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Listen, the body looks toned and everything, but listen.
Yeah. Father time, boy.
All that glitter is not always gold, you know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But listen, look,
No,
go on, say D.
No, I was saying that and then the situation we spoke about with Rashford, I thought it made it a hard game to close out because they had us pegged back, and I just thought, do we revert to type and concede late on? You know what I mean? Because man, I probably would have mashed up the TV if we conceded. Because I was just thinking, we are home dry here, and VAR yet again came and just kicked us in the man bits, and I was happy, man. And we held on, so it was a nice hold on, a brilliant 3 points, which builds a bit of confidence after that absolute violation by Man City. So. Yeah, man.
Well, listen. Tonight we haven't done player ratings. We've left the player ratings out. Having a calm little talk tonight. You know what I mean? We're just waiting for the crescendo. Just building. It's just building slowly. It's just building. Yeah.
Oh, and just quickly as well, Norman. Luke Shaw, right? Luke Shaw has to have competition for him to lose weight and play good football because he looks a good stone and a half lighter, and he's looking decent again. But because Malash has been holding bench, now he decides to give up the junk food and play. But it's time for him to go for me. You know what I mean? I've seen enough of this, man.
The other thing as well, but let quickly, because there's a couple of things I wanted to address. But let me just address this thing from Ian. Yeah, Ian is a co-Arsenal supporter, and he's asked me the question, Norman, where's your Arsenal top there? I just couldn't be bothered to put it on, and where's the Arsenal background? Now, I will. The day I put the Arsenal background up, is when we lift that Premier League.
Wow.
How deep.
He ain't going up there yet, Ian. He ain't going up there yet.
No, man, look on the green and gold behind it, Reggie. The green and gold to the club is sold.
Shameless D just puts the green and gold up there, you know what I mean? And
green
he did
and
that.
Gold.
And funny enough, he did that after our game.
I did that. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, you're right, no, that's like
it just shows how far Man United have fallen.
No, to be fair though, the green and gold to the club is sold has always been there.
I know.
And I had a green scarf. I had the scarf somewhere. I mean, I don't know where. From when we moved back to England, it's probably in one of the boxes somewhere. But you know,
well, listen, represent Jamaica. Red.
Guys, can I throw a quick curveball at you? And this is a football matter.
Yeah.
Mbappe.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Hold on. Has said he wants to leave as soon as January.
Yeah.
Because
who's going to pay his £1 million a week wages?
Well, here's the details just for the people in the chat. Yeah.
I know he's going to say Chelsea. You know, Chelsea are looking at him. I know he is. Look,
Mbappe's contract. Hold on, we're going to get there. Mbappe's contract is a 3-year deal. Yeah, around £1 million a week. Yeah, that's £4 million a month.
£1 million a week, guys. Everybody, £1 million.
Not, guys. Don't get this wrong. It's not £1 million a year. It's not £1 million a month. It's £1 million per week. Okay.
In what world is?
In what world?
Listen, when they gave him the contract, they gave him 100 million cash up front.
Really?
100 million cash up front in order to persuade him not to go to Real Madrid.
Say what you just say.
100 million pounds, not even euros, pounds.
He's frozen.
Yeah, up front.
We're frozen. Come back to us.
Mad.
Listen, 100 gents, 100 million up front.
Nah, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
You know, and on top of that, he's got all them rights to sort of decide on tactics and players that come in and leave. Okay, cool. And then 6 months later, he's talking about leaving.
Yeah, you can't take him seriously, can you?
Oh my goodness! And there's a video. Oh, Norm's is gone, but we'll come.
Yeah, gone.
There's a video of Mbappe being through, and somebody decides to play the pass to Messi instead, and Mbappe just walks almost off the pitch.
Yeah, he loses his mind again. Yeah, he's a petulant child.
Oh no, but when you put someone on that money, of course he's gonna be. You know, he's above it. You think anyone can talk to him? No one can talk to him.
Well, that's the problem.
The problem is,
sorry, go.
No, yeah, the problem is that he's always been destined to want to play for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And when he's been held like that against his own personal desire, then it's always going to be like that kid in a pram, like just knocking and knocking until he gets what he wants.
Yeah, but Kofi, when the man was looking at all those zeros on his paycheck, there was no hesitation to sign it.
Oh no, of course.
And that's why I don't really feel for him. There was no hesitation to sign that when he just kept saying 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
That's
you know what I mean? That's true. So you throwing your teddy out the cot now? I don't want to hear that. Stay put and do your job. At the end of the day.
I don't know if you guys remember, but I was telling you that this guy had the government or the president of France. I'm talking to this guy about staying at PSG. Do you know how political that is? That's political moves, in this football thing. But
tourism and all the rest of it, weren't they? They were saying all the tourism and
exactly,
all that, having these kind of players there, Messi there, and all that.
Exactly. That people come to Paris to see them and blah blah blah. Blah.
Right. Yeah.
But of course, naturally, guess who goes like this? Bowley's already trying to talk to certain people at PSG.
People then,
you know what I mean? But I personally don't necessarily want. It's not that I don't want a superstar.
Oh, come on, as you want. If Mbappe said yes, I want to go Chelsea. That would be welcome remote open arms,
guys.
You know what?
I'm in two places. If they sign him, you lot won't hear the end of it. Yeah. If you lot every week, we're not talking about no one else. Yeah. I mean, but
my problem is, will Potter know how to deal with?
That's the thing.
That ego. Yeah.
That is the thing. But at saying that, you've got his old captain there, Thiago Silva. Yeah. That'll just be like, listen, money ain't a thing to me no more. I'm a veteran in this team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If the little man needs to sit down, I think there's certain man in that team that will tell him to sit down. But there's no one at PSG. Literally, look at that team. There's no one that can talk to him. No one. Messi hasn't got the type. He hasn't got the confrontation type.
Yeah, he's not that way, is he? Yeah.
Neymar's already got his own ego problems. He probably is an advocate for it.
But you know what? I would take Neymar tomorrow just because we've got brethren. We've got Brazilian brethren now. And I'm like, yeah, man, come true, man.
No, we've all got Brazilian brethren. We've got Brazilian brethren. Neymar to come to us.
It's true, Kofi. I forget you guys have got a few Brazilian man as well.
Well, let's be honest. You only got one.
Right, it could come to us as well. I mean, we got a few Brazilian. Sorry about that. My internet was moving mad, so I lost a lot of conversation. Yeah, so I'm kind of back now.
To be fair, it's more between Arsenal and Man United with the Brazilian thing. Because
it's true, you got brethren there.
Man United's got the proper Brazilian team going, and Arsenal, they've got about 4 Gabriels.
Yeah,
exactly. You know,
fair Brazilians. We got Alisson. We got Firmino.
Liverpool.
Firmino as well. Yeah, forget about Firmino. You know,
it's because they're on their way out. I forgot about them.
Mate, Ez, bro.
Ez is sharpening up the knives. He's sharpening up the knives carefully.
Shot fired, you know. Ring the alarm.
Guys are popping.
It's funny.
Listen. I know you was talking about the whole. We kind of went off track.
It was just a curveball. It was a
little curveball there. But listen, it's mad what the man is earning and the fact that he wants out. And I think where I lost the connection is when you know what? Probably the connection went crazy when you said the man got 100 million up front.
Right? Yeah.
Up front norms.
And then he's getting 100 million up front, and then he's getting paid £1 million a week.
And he's like 23, 24. He can retire. He can literally retire.
I think that's probably why he's got this attitude problem. Do you know what I mean?
That is literally a Bill Gates signing on bonus, isn't it?
Yeah.
That literally is a Bill Gates word. It's like, it's 100 mil, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah. When you give a player a say in tactics and player signings, you've lost him. You know what I mean? You've lost him.
Yeah.
He's literally untouchable.
You can't manage that. How can you manage that?
Yeah. And any manager that comes in, like, you can't talk to me.
No.
You can't talk to me.
How can you drop him?
Right.
You know, okay, so D, you see the scenario of Ronaldo, 500 grand to sit on the bench. Imagine that then, 100 million up front to sit on the bench.
Yeah, exactly.
Keeping in mind, they paid 160 million to buy him off Monaco.
You know, the other thing as well, just talking about curveballs and that, do you think it's the fact that, and I've heard this on a number of other podcast chats with regards to the fact that he wants to maybe come in competition with Haaland, you know, come into the big league like the Premier League and do something there.
Well,
do you
this
know what I mean?
is the other curveball norms. Apparently, he doesn't want to go to Real Madrid.
Right.
So it's kind of like, well, who can afford him? Okay, Man City and Chelsea. Maybe if Ronaldo goes and
I think
you're not going to afford it.
Man United will find money. They always
do. Yeah, always.
The only other one is Newcastle, but they're not in Champions League. So
yeah. And you know what? I just don't think. Well, unless they paid him £2 million a week, then he probably will go. But they're not as glamorous.
No, they're not.
Up Newcastle, you know what I mean? Up north now, the man wants to be in the city. He wants to be in the city.
Yeah,
and I'm not talking Man City.
If you ever been up there, no, I've been to St James's. It's like bang in the middle of town, you know, Bridget.
Yeah, I heard.
It's some madness. Like we went on the train, and when we got there, we went. They never built the city around the stadium. It's mad. They did. That's how it's religion, you know, up there, Norms.
Yeah.
Because like even the players that play there, they say that you can't just roll up at a restaurant for a dinner.
Yeah.
Them mans they want pictures, autographs. They want to sit at your table and sip on your wine. It's intrusive. So
but it's contagious in some sense. It's contagious because what's that? Bruno's go. I don't know how to say his surname. Let's call him Gomez.
Gamares. Yeah.
He's talking about how he wants to be a legend and have a statue up in Newcastle. So they're getting to him. They're getting to him.
That's what I'm saying. You know, it's
religion. Listen. Newcastle right now are a sleeping giant. Yeah, they're sleeping giant. I mean, they're just. You know, when they got taken over, I was thinking, here we go. Come the summer now, they're just going to go and splash the cash. But they didn't do what they did, like what Man City did back in the day. You know what I mean? Literally, even to a point, Chelsea. Because when Chelsea got the Abramovich money, mate, they just went mad. Do you know what I was going to say? And they just
Shevchenko, Robin.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think Newcastle are just kind of biding their time, and I think once they, you know, get to, you know, in Europe, you know, whether that be Europa, I think Champions League is when they say if they make a Champions League spot, then I'll say yes, they will start to splash the money, and then we'll see where we go from there. But for now, they're just pacing themselves, churning out the results when they need to churn out the results, and they're bringing back football to a club and fans that, you know, are absolute fanatics. Do you know what I'm saying? So you got to go back to the days of Kevin Keegan. You know, when they nearly won the league, and then he said, "I would love it. I would love it. I would love it." Yeah, and then, you know. Was it 12 points they were headed, and then my man just hounded them down, and then they ended up losing the league. And I think Liverpool have a part to play in that as well.
Fergie triggered him, man. He got triggered him.
Absolutely triggered him.
Man, why are you biting? This is Fergie. That's what Fergie does. Why are you biting?
And the mind games, mate.
And match up the runnings, man. Because you imagine they won the league that season. What would have transformed in Newcastle? Being the champions and all that, playing in Champions League football.
You definitely wouldn't have heard the last of it, mate. You know what I mean? They'd be running in your face.
It would have been mad,
Big time, you know what I mean? And that was and they were playing some football, man. I'm telling you, they were playing some football. But as I said, Fergie said, "Now, man, I need to bring in the mind games now." Yeah, mind games is happening.
He messed with him, man. He
messed with him, and then the rest is history. All right, let's move on to the penultimate but one before. We talk about our game. So that's Nottingham Forest played on the Monday against Aston Villa. Running out as a 1-1 draw in that game. And Steve Cook, ends up keeping his job after the 4-0 drubbing from Leicester. And listen, they get the first goal. and then Aston Villa. Ashley Young. Do you see the goal?
Wicked.
Man, like Ashley Young, He was rolling back.
Was he about 46 now? 46, 47?
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, about that.
I don't know how that man. Yeah, mate. Listen,
he looked after himself, though. He looked after himself.
Yeah, he has. He definitely has. Yeah,
he looked after himself.
Mate.
I mean,
and
well taken goal.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely amazing. But what do you make of Aston Villa and Steven Gerrard?
It's a bit hit and miss, isn't it, Norm, for me?
Yeah.
You actually don't know what Villa. Yeah, you don't know what Villa's gonna. Yeah, exactly. It is. You don't know what's going to show.
Because last week, they played against Leeds, a 10-man Leeds away, and drew that game 0-0.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're doing good enough. They're not doing good enough.
No, they're not.
And the thing is,
do you think there's any pressure? I mean, listen, when the first game of the season when they lost to Bournemouth, that wasn't great. And look, Steve has come out in a number of occasions and talked about the performance of Villa and saying it's not good enough, and he's a sort of guy, he will say out front, if I need to make changes, I will make changes. If it's not happening on the pitch, I will make changes. Do you think he's under any pressure at all, or
not?
Do you think Villa?
Nah, for me, no. The only pressure he's under is taking Klopp's job. No, that's the truth. That's the truth. Yeah. Because it's like, is this a warm up? So it's almost like he can't do any wrong. That's what I feel. And if Klopp has got that 7-year itch.
I was going to ask you the question. If Klopp is around, if they go down that road. Klopp is around, that's it. If Klopp is not going to be around for the foreseeable future, is that
step up Stevie G?
Is that step up Stevie G? Is it?
Boy.
Or is it a bit too early? Is it a bit too early, Kofi Klopp?
I said it's too early. Long time ago. Still is. He's not getting.
You're a legend, man. You're a legend,
but this is the thing.
He's not getting the results to convince me that
Klopp is grooming him for that job.
Yeah, but maybe he doesn't, because maybe he's been given assurances, which is a scary thing as well. Because it doesn't look as worried as he should be.
Yeah,
with his hit and miss performances and results. So I'm saying, does he know something that we don't know?
He's taking insurance. He's taking, he knows that if he gets sacked, he's going to get a payout anyway.
Yeah, but look, you saw what Craig's saying there.
Yeah.
Klopp didn't sign a new contract till 2026.
No. He's saying didn't Klopp say he's asking.
He's saying didn't.
Oh, didn't he? Oh, didn't he? Oh, right, didn't he? Yeah, didn't.
He did. I mean, listen.
But that's the reason. He did the extension to that.
Yeah, for insurances.
Knowing that if anything does happen, then he's done enough. He's done what he can, and he deserves some dues. He deserves some payout.
Yeah, but Kofi, you know what? Klopp's got credit in the bank,
Of course,
he's got credit in the bank. So it's actually mad that people chat about Klopp can get fired. I'm like, nah, he got credit in the bank.
I'll tell you what.
If they fired him, that'd be imagine.
My question is, it'd be interesting to hear, after that game on Sunday, and a couple of games that I've witnessed Kofi over FaceTime when his team is not doing so well. It'd be interesting to know Kofi Klopp's thoughts on Klopp, and is it time? I mean, you're hearing a lot of Liverpool fans now starting to come out and question him and say, "Look, don't know now." It's like the guy's run out of ideas, and we are going to come on to our game, and as part of the
can we just get it over?
We're gonna get it over and done. Because... So one of the questions I posed to you guys, I said, was it 64 games too many for Klopp's aging players? And the reason why I asked that question, because listen, last season, I take my hat off to the Liverpool guys. Being in 4 competitions, 4 finals. Yeah, am I right?
Yeah,
2
finals.
FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. Yeah, I think they didn't. Did they go
Champions League? Champions League final.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, if you look at the amount of games that they played.
Yeah.
So the question I posed to you before we talk about the game is: was it 64 games too many for Klopp's aging players? Now, you could say, well, look, to be playing 64 games meant that you've probably gone all the way in these competitions. Yeah, so that's a good thing. But the fact is, look at the age of those players. They've got one of their oldest on average players in I think it's the average age is 28.
Yeah,
that just shows.
But you have to look at it quickly before Kofi comes in. If they're done the quad, they're not playing like they're playing now. Trust me on that.
Right.
The psyche is different. If they win all 4 coming into the season, the psyche is different. And Kofi may or may not
even
agree.
3 or 4,
even with an aging squad. If they won the league, Champions League, and the 2 cups.
I mean,
you're not seeing this lethargic team that we're seeing now.
I think some of them players are tired of chasing City. Tired of it.
Yeah, already. Yeah,
exactly.
The shadow.
Already.
The shadow. Yeah. They're tired of being in their shadow. Yeah, is that what I'm saying?
What's the point? What's the point going 15, 16 games unbeaten to drop to 1 point behind City? Not doing it anymore.
Any other season, Liverpool win the league. Liverpool win the league, but it's City and they're a fawn. And I don't like the fact that they're just going to be there season on season. The way Haaland is now.
That's the penny drop. They got Haaland, we got Nunes. Nah. That's what they're saying.
Yeah. Is that the case, Kofi?
No, it's not even a penny drop. The fact that Haaland has been doing it for some seasons in the Bundesliga, and Nunes, like, he had 1 or 2 good seasons in the Portuguese league. I mean, there's 2 different levels here. But Nunes has time to like come and bring his confidence into the team and find his place.
Just not. So, well, you know what? There was Bear Man telling me that, this ain't the Bundesliga. When he comes here, he's gonna learn, and everyone else is learning. You know what I mean? That's what they were saying. They were saying that he's gonna come to the Premier League and see the pace of it and see how much he gets kicked and thumped down, and he may not be up for it. And that has not been the case. He just hit the ground running, and everyone's like, Lord of mercy, really?
Yeah, but the thing is, when you have a precision-based passing team like City, you're always going to get those opportunities, and they're just going to be like bread and butter because you got De Bruyne passing like splits, defense splitting passes. You got you got
Bernardo Silva. You've got Bernardo Silva as well.
You got
you got
so many of them you got ball jugglers all over the pitch.
Yeah, it's a madness.
Yeah, they're goalkeeper, mate. He's like another outfield player as well.
Yeah, it's an ideal team for him because even when he's not looking, he's still moving defenders away to create space for the others.
Yeah. Man if he goes at an angle, defenders on his back, like
and he's splitting the defenders. He's going that. If you look at Foden goals, he's taking 2 defenders away and Foden's straight in there.
I watched Haaland, in that game, in Southampton game. Yeah, now albeit Southampton, but he's a smart player. His movement is just because it's like he frames to make a move, right? So he's to stand still. It's like whatever, and surely there must be some sort of awareness. You know what I mean? Are we talking Trent Alexander awareness here or what? But listen, there must be some kind of awareness that Haaland is standing there, right? And then there was one when he scored his goal, his only goal in that game, by the way. He was like standing off, like you had the 2 defenders in front of him, and he was standing behind them, and he just literally just waited, and he framed to move the other way, and literally stopped and then checked his run, and the guy that provided the pass, I can't remember who it was, mate. And as you say, Kofi, what Man City have is precision passes, whether it's De Bruyne, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Foden, Mahrez. They've got even their defenders, their wing backs. They're all precision passers. So you are going to get chances left, right, and centre. If Ronaldo plays for that side, if Ronaldo plays for Man City, he scores loads of goals.
Look, this is my worry for Sunday because, like, our defense, our midfield, our defense, all of them muddy guys. They're not at the races, and they just haven't got the legs to keep up with the pace of City, they're going to be chasing shadows upon shadows. I'm looking at the score, and I could see a 5-0.
Oh gosh.
I can see a 5-0. I can see.
Okay, so question: if he gets a 5-0, I'm serious now. If Kofi Klopp or Klopp, should I say, gets a 5-0, is it time for the man to go?
He may put up his cap and say, "Enough." He may.
No, he's not going to walk. Surely not.
No, it may not be that he's going to walk. It may be the owners come and say, "Nah, that's enough." So it's deep waters. It's deep waters for Liverpool, and you know they need, even tonight's result against Rangers, they need to kind of build some sort of confidence in terms of take them into that game, so that they're not going to feel down that they've got work to do in the Champions League, and then they've got so much work to do in the league.
Do you feel like you need to go and blow Rangers away, like 3-0,
like you did Bournemouth,
I feel we need a result, like just to make it stem the pressure on Klopp and the team to be a little bit easier. But I mean, this month is difficult for us. Like as soon as we finish the City game, we got West Ham, and then they're gonna give us something to think about. So,
but you this is what I say when you know things are bad, right? Like Bear Man was taking Liverpool players out of their fantasy league teams. That's how you know things is bad. Yeah. You always gonna have 2 or 3 Liverpool players, right? Mans was benching them, Mans was transferring them out, Mans was wildcarding, and I'm like, what is going on here? People were just like, we're seeing enough right now. With like these guys have down tools, Kofi. I look at your talisman there, and
forget him. Forget that man. Forget
new contract.
Klopp should have benched him at half time, because the way that guy was playing was like, oh, let me just collect my 350 bags and go home. He's been doing that for the past 5 games.
I heard that he's selling pocket calculators now.
No. Whatever
I heard someone call him
whatever Egyptian king is doing. Nah, man, I'm not
Kofi.
He needs to give every fan. He needs to give every fan £1,000 out of his free 50,000.
Right. That means that you've got 350,000 fans in total. Then.
Oh no!
Listen, man, he can afford it. 1 week's wages. I'm serious. I told James Redmond. I told him that he needs to speak to Salah if he gets a chance to voice his opinion.
James.
And man, 1 week's wage is not going to hurt Salah.
Preach it, brother.
1 week is not going to hurt Salah. I'm serious.
No.
Give me just £2,000 of that 1 week's wages. I'll be happy for Christmas, at least.
Yeah, he looked uninterested. You know what I mean? I was watching the stream the other day, and the man called him Sandy Carroll, and that was it. Took me out, man. It took me out as like Sandy Carroll, you know. Obviously the Egyptian desert and all that. I was yo, brother, man.
I'm telling you, all of them,
getting clowned, isn't it?
Getting like 200,000 a week. They need to just dock their wages, because what I saw against Arsenal was diabolical. How can you let Mans in the first minute score a goal, blatant first minute goal? This is a trend that Liverpool are setting for themselves for the season. I'm so vexed. And this guy was smiling, giving me talk. And even my brother next to me, he's a gunner through and through, was like, I told you, we're running rampant. And I was like, nah, I ain't having this today. I am not having this. I'm ranting today. I'm not happy. I could take over the manager position of Liverpool, because Klopp is tired. He's done. And he's just saying, look, time is getting to an end. Look, what are you going to show me?
Yeah.
Well, look. Listen, I'd like to just applaud you for that speech, that passionate speech there, Kof. It really is. I hope that's rallied the troops. And if any Liverpool players out there, if you're out there and you're listening to Kofi, please take heed. Take heed, Salah. Take heed, players. Take heed.
And there's no point keep going to the press conferences and complaining over the same silly thing.
Oh, listen,
it's tired, isn't it? It's tired now.
Tired. I mean, look. One of the commentators or the reporters, I think, that asked him whether Liverpool was lacking, and he said, "No, Liverpool, they do not lack spark." Mate.
Oh yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on.
Even Van Dijk, when he was interviewed, you could see that he's lost fire. He's lost the passion to say, "Look, we need to step up as a team, and it's not down to Klopp. It's down to us as players because our desire is just not how it was."
Yeah.
And I mean, come on.
It's that, as I said, it's that 7-year itch. Yeah, he's come to that 7th year. You can see he's under pressure. I mean, listen, he's even reverted to talking about he's even spoken about Dermot Gallagher and Ref Watch, and saying that basically at least 2 of the goals shouldn't have stood. I think he even mentioned about the first goal, the one that was in the 58th minute, that apparently that shouldn't have stood because he heard that. They didn't have the right camera angles or the right camera there and all that. So he's now starting to clutch at straws now, and he's sounding a bit desperate now.
What I was hearing was there was somebody in social media that said that VAR wasn't working when Gabriel handball, blatant handball, and they did not go to VAR to check to see whether that was handball, and that was a blatant handball. Come on, Norms, you got.
Let's say this. Let's come to that before we talk about the result. Now, with that situation, right? I had this conversation with as I said, a guy that's in the chat, Alvin, who's does refereeing, and you could look at that. As I said, VAR wasn't working, but this whole thing is like last season, right? They changed it about saying if the ball hits you on a certain part of the arm, if it's below the sleeve, it's a handball, regardless of whether. So what you was finding players doing, that like strikers were literally like if you had your hand out, they would literally kicking the ball at it, and you're guaranteed a penalty, basically. Then they've now changed the rules because the proximity of Gabriel Magalhaes and when Jota struck the ball, right? Look. Last season, it would have probably been given. Now, I looked at that, and when they showed the replay, I was thinking, why hasn't it gone to VAR? I didn't actually realise at the time that VAR wasn't working. Because he was like, he didn't bring his hand to the ball. It's just like his hand was there. And like, obviously, when Jota's gone to hit it, his hand is there, and it's hit him. I don't think he's deliberately gone to hit it. So I was wondering why the referee didn't, go over, or VAR didn't tell him to go over. But I didn't realise at the time.
It was more, to be honest, it was more that he tried to... he was in a position to make a tackle, but then he kind of like had arms up and everything, and the ball Jota looked at that situation, took advantage of it, and said, "Okay, I'm going to kick the ball up in that direction." But then when you look at the Newcastle one, it's similar situation.
I know, and this is where this is the problem. Yeah. Arsenal are the armpit of English football. Big up the panel and mash up the like button. Yeah, that's Chili. He's in the chat.
Not like Chili. What you say, Bridget?
All right, Chili, mate. Listen, Chili. Just to let you know, Chili. I've ordered a surfboard off Amazon for you. So yeah, let us know when it comes to your door.
Yeah.
All right, man. Nice one, bro. Right.
You're gonna make him come on here. You're gonna make him come on here, Norms.
Right, but anyway, let's go. Let's go back to the Arsenal Liverpool game, and if I sort of track back, there was first of all, let me just put this one here. Boo-hoo, crying about VAR and balls and offside. The game done. Move on and get your form. And so you won't have excuses. I say. Well done, Root Calls there for that one.
Listen,
I endorse that. I endorse that.
I've got to address matters, and I said I wasn't.
You're sounding like. Listen, you're sounding like your namesake, Kofi Klopp. Yeah, you're sounding like him. Yeah.
But Norm, if you look at the stats, Norm, if you look at the stats, the game looks more closer in the stats. Yeah,
but you know what though? In that game,
which is strange.
Liverpool had more. Liverpool had more possession, but we had more shots
Yeah, 11 shots to 8.
Yeah. And in terms of touches in their box, we had more touches.
Right.
And that was one of the most. I think they said it was since 2019. I think they went back to a record or a stat. That's the most touches Arsenal. Something like 46 touches in their box. That's something that we haven't done for a long time.
Yeah, but Kofi, if you look at your team playing poor, you still had an 81% pass accuracy. So the ball was moving, but not penetrating.
It's their defense.
The ball was moving. Yeah, the ball was moving, but it was moving very slowly because, like, in recent games, you've seen Liverpool slow the game down, pass.
Yeah, but they did that in this game because Arsenal, for the first 10, 15 minutes, we come out the blocks. As you said, we scored that first goal, come out the blocks. Then we got that first goal, and then we sat back. Then Liverpool came into the game. They started to control the game for about 20 minutes. Yeah. They got the equaliser back. Don't know what Bozo was doing for that, trying to bring
but he's got that Bozo gene in him, Norman.
He does.
He's got that Bozo gene in him.
And what makes it worse, is that Saliba then had to cover for him. He had to go, leave his spot, go over to cover for him because of Diaz has picked up the ball. And obviously, Saliba is going to try and block the cross. Now, if you then watch when the ball's played across, right? Gabriel's now gone with Núñez, right, and he's in line with Núñez. He's in line with him. So when the ball comes across, it's got to pass Gabriel before it hits Núñez. And if Gabriel had just stuck out a leg, which he didn't bother to do, he could have put that behind for a corner.
He's got a mistake.
It's literally, if you watch it, it's simple.
But then I looked at that goal and I thought, could they have called offside? Because the ball initially was directed for Núñez, and then Núñez pulled out, and he knew that he would have been offside. So Diaz kind of cut across, and then Diaz knew that he was in.
Sorry, just a minute, Kofi. Let me just remove this comment. Sorry.
So initially I thought it was offside, but then I kind of looked at it again and thought, okay, Núñez has kind of not been in direct contact with the ball. Like just
and I think that was one of the things they were saying, was he interfering with play or not? Because he kind of, when the ball came over to him, he was in an offside position because the ball was played to him. But then Diaz made that overlap run and Núñez left it for him. But the stupid Bozo G-man, I don't know what he was doing. And the thing is, he has this in him in every game, and it will cost us in major games. It's only fortunate that we had the mentality and everything to go on and do what we needed to do and come out winners in that game. But what's a game though, guys? I mean, what a game! And
great game.
Another question I posed to you is that with regards to Arsenal, is Arsenal a different animal now? Yeah. Or what did I say? Let me just find the actual question I posed to you. I think if you got it there, I said, is this Arsenal a different animal now, or will we revert back to type? And as you can see, going across the bottom now, Arsenal mixing it with the big boys. This was a massive win for us. Coming off the back of beating Tottenham last week, and then back. But these are two big teams. Yeah, I mean, there are two big teams here. To get a 3-1 win against Tottenham, and then to go and put 3 past Liverpool. And second half, we dominated that game. We came out, we didn't let them out thereafter. We dominated the second half. It's just that moments, I think the 2 goals that we gave away were mistakes by Arsenal. It was just moments where the guy, it's a rare thing that Saliba done. He pushed up, my man gets his goal, and makes it 2-2. Firmino makes it 2-2, but it was because Saliba pushed up and he should have just held the line, and he makes it 2-2. And then obviously we come to the penalty, and I know I saw something from Latoya. I've got to scroll right back though. Where is it? This one here. All right. She goes, Norms, I've got Jesus Oscar Award for the dive. Disgraceful. Listen, what I would say is that Jesus got touched. Yeah, if you got touched, listen, players are told to go down. all right, yes. It looked a little bit theatrical, but he did get touched. Yeah, he did get touched. And Kofi, I don't know what your thoughts on that. Do you think it was a penalty? Listen, he got touched in the box. Thiago was going for
players
the ball.
Players know that if they're going to touch somebody in that box, there's guaranteed a chance there's going to be a penalty given. Yeah. And Thiago, I mean, Thiago's a smart player, but sometimes he does some stuff that I'm thinking, nah, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that in the box? So I wasn't happy, but I would have said penalty. If I was a ref, I would have said penalty.
So I did say I was going to go back and address this one. Can Liverpool make the top four? That was from Craig earlier on. Liverpool make the top four?
We've still got a long way to go. Right. We've been 14 points behind last season against City. Yeah. And we finished 1 point behind them. So, yeah, we can make top four.
But with this team, do you think the fight has gone out of them? Or do you think that this team can push on and go again?
They can, but something needs to change. Something needs to happen in that dressing room. I don't know who it is. Maybe they're tired of Klopp's counter-pressing. Maybe that's not the way forward for Liverpool anymore, because it just seems as if a lot of the team are not willing to do the pressing, and that's hampering us in games because a lot of.
But I think, as I said, I think that's come down to the age in there. Because these guys, watching that game, go back 2 seasons, mate, you just couldn't live with these guys. These guys would be on you. And look, we come back to where's your money gone? Where's your money gone? Yeah, he's a big part to play in that. Absolutely big part to play in that. And I don't think you have that press as you did, say 2 seasons ago. And look, as you said, your players are aging, and I just felt that Arsenal were more aggressive in that game, personally speaking. Even though, because I think what Liverpool did is slow the game down and had more possession of the ball. We sat back, but then we came out, as I said, second half, and we was able to counter that by keeping you in your half. And the thing here, Craig made another point here about in the first half where you took advantage in that 20 minutes or so. Odegaard and Granit Xhaka left Partey isolated. Do you know what I mean? Second half, they started to help him, but the first half, he was Partey pretty much trying to do everything. And I thought Partey had an absolutely fantastic game. You know what I mean? I think he had a real fantastic game. Let's go then. There's a couple of comments there. What is it?
Kofi's road noise is loud.
Kof, if you mute your phone, and when you come in, you can do it, because your road noise is loud, boy.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah, cool.
Right, Craig. If Ramsdale, Saliba, Partey, Martinelli, Jesus pick up injuries, what would keep them out for 3 months? We will crumble. Absolutely agree with that, and that's why we need to. We just got to hope and pray that we can manage these. Because look, at the moment we got Zinchenko out again, and these are key players. These are absolutely key players, and if they pick up an injury, and I felt that in the summer we should have, gone out and bought some more quality players to challenge these guys, for their position.
Sorry. No, I was saying the same thing about Martial. That all summer I'm saying go and get Ivan Toney, because as in Martial and Martial, Rashford, and even Ronnie with his hip flex thing, they're all players now subject to injury, and we never went out and we bought what we bought. You saw what we bought, and still didn't get a backup striker with the whole Mason thing as well. And so you look, because as soon as he started looking over to the bench, I just said, man, he's injured again. Unbelievable. So he's not even getting a good run in the team. So it's kind of, it's kind of, I don't know. What's Root Court saying here?
He says, how's Jesus diving when you can hear the impact of Thiago's boots to his sour grapes running people's bellies? Yeah. But you know what? You say that. I mean, the game when we played Man City at the Emirates last season, when we pretty much took the game. Has Kobe been stopped?
I don't know. I saw the blue lights there. Did the Babylon come for him?
I don't know. You better turn up with the boy. Kofi, you been stopped?
No, he's still moving, you know, or is he?
I don't know. I just saw some blue
No,
lights.
it's not me. It's not me.
All right.
Oh,
I saw some blue lights. I don't want to get in trouble.
I'm gonna have to go. I'll connect in the chat.
Yeah. That's cool. But listen, take it easy, yeah.
Yeah, man, take it easy, bro.
All right then. But yeah, like we are gonna. Oh, Kofi. If you we are gonna do the prediction table as well. So you know what you need to do. For the guys, Chile, Ez, obviously myself and that, just put it in the we'll pick a game this weekend as well and put it in the chat. Yeah. So I don't know what game. I don't know what games are available this weekend.
Yeah, I'll do it as soon as I get in.
All right, nice one, bro. Yeah. But make sure you don't pick one that we picked.
Take care, guys.
All right, take it easy, bro. All right, thanks again. Yeah, take care. Drive safely, bro.
Yeah, take care, man.
Yeah. So what's Chili saying here? Very good on top of the group. We don't play Thursdays. Okay. Welcome, Carries Zenos, Wes Martinelli. I haven't seen you in the chat, but welcome to the channel. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share if you're new. On the road to 300. If Arsenal sign Savage and Johnny, that would make a statement. Yes, definitely. We definitely need to do something. Yeah, that's what I thought as well, Craig. So, you know what I mean? Yeah.
5-0 was coming for him, boy.
5-0, you know. 5-0. Don't want to get in trouble here. But listen, we're coming down. Yeah, man. When you see that blue light flashing behind you, bro. Yeah, just everyone turn off your fingers. Just get out of here. Yeah. But listen, fantastic game. A statement game for Arsenal winning that game. And as I said, it's difficult trying to beat Liverpool. Listen, they're not at their best, but still, for us, I think beating them, we've got over that mental barrier now, and hopefully we can push on from that. Now, listen, we're still top of the table, still riding the crest of a wave, and I'm loving it. You know what I mean? I'm absolutely loving it. And long may it continue. So yeah, we run out 3-2 winners. Yeah, there was a couple of contentious decisions in there, but listen, it is what it is. Rubber the green, and I don't care. I don't care. But listen, let's move lastly on to the what's going on prediction league table, and mate, what I can definitely say here. Let me just share this with you guys.
It's crazy.
When you see my man just running away with it. This is definitely a farmers league. This is definitely a farmers league.
Wow.
This is definitely a farmers league.
Wow.
Right. Now, I think there is a correction on one of the scores. I think Kofi should be on 4 points. And the guy that's doing it seems to think that he got when he was doing it, he said, I sent him some information wrong, but I think Kofi is on 4 points. So for now, Kofi's on 3. I'm sitting bottom, obviously, on 3 because of obviously alphabetically. Ez is moved up the table on 4 points, and then Chile's still in second on 7. But man, like Big D, 13 points, mate.
Just running
the show.
I couldn't even believe it when I clicked on while the game was on, and it was 1-1, and I was like, they need to score. And then I was in the car and I was driving and messing with the phone. She was going mad. Right, because we go to the concert and then they scored. I was like, unbelievable! They've scored.
Unbelievable. As you can see there. So listen, look, we keep going because as I said at the end of the season, we're going to have to award whoever wins it with some kind of trophy or whatever, and the one that loses will have a forfeit, and we can decide amongst us as the WhatsApp. WhatsApp in the WhatsApp group, we can decide amongst us, or we can let our audience decide what the forfeit should be. Hopefully, I won't be sitting in 5th place, but we'll wait and see what happens. There. So listen, what we're gonna do now, because we are coming down to the end of the show, and thank you guys for sticking with us. We are going to just look at the fixtures.
Yeah, I jumped in a bit early, Norms. I've put it in the chat already.
I know.
Yeah, I just saw yours come through. Yeah, I saw it.
I bet he's got Man City. I bet yes.
No, he's gone. He's gone Brentford. Brighton. Yeah.
I still haven't used City. I'm waiting for the perfect week.
Yeah, that's gonna be your what's the name card, isn't it? Wild card.
A wild card.
Well, I was asking the same question to myself, Craig. Do you know what?
Yeah,
if we could stay top, mate, because listen, our next few games Leeds. We've got Leeds away, which is going to be a tough game, but I think we will win that. Then we've got Southampton away, Nottingham Forest at home, and then I think we've got Chelsea away in November. I think so, mate. That would be great. That would be absolutely great. You know what I mean? And I think that definitely will secure us. If we haven't already secured top four, I think, you know, the way we're playing right now, we ain't going to lose many games. I think there's a confidence about us, and I probably can see these brains churning away and probably going to say, Norman, are you Arteta in?
No, I'm leaving that now. I'm leaving that.
You're leaving that for now. Yeah, you're leaving that for now. You're leaving that for now. So listen, as he's put in, he's gone for Brighton against Everton. Brighton against Brentford, and he's gone 2-1 to Brighton. He's going to be putting on. So guys, put it in the chat. You know, do you agree with the scores? Brighton 2, Brentford 1. Let me see what I'm going to go for. I've got to be tactful because right now I'm sitting bottom.
Yeah, I just put mine in there, Norm. 2-0 Chelsea Villa.
2-0. Chelsea playing at home?
No, they're away. That Villa.
Oh, right, okay. That'd be interesting. Oh, you're joking. Look at this. Guys.
Got beat Liverpool. That's why he came off the stream, you know. That's why he came off the stream. He probably got the alert on his phone. Oh my gosh.
My gosh. Lord of his mercy. Lord of his mercy. Mercy.
Wow.
Chelsea.
League.
Right, so Craig is going for Chelsea 2-1.
In the Champions League.
2-1 to Chelsea. Yeah, man. No, Saliba, yeah, man. Oh, fantastic. What a great player. Get in. Son, 1-1. Okay. So they're playing Frankfurt. They're obviously playing at home. So did Frankfurt score first, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Because it looks like,
Yep.
Okay.
Equalizer.
All right, okay. Son, back on the score sheet.
So,
Chili, pick a team, yeah, and put it in our WhatsApp group chat in terms of who your prediction is for game 9. I'm gonna go. Let me look. Saturday. That's gonna be Saturday the 15th. Ooh, what we got? Oh, jeez.
There's some tough games there, you know.
I know.
As in, you're looking at them going, rah.
Let me look at the Man United.
It's a hard game to call, man.
No, I already chose Man City. So
Man City last week. No, come on, bro.
I had Man City. So Man United, Newcastle. Oh gosh,
that's a tough one to call, isn't it?
You know what? I'm gonna go. Oh jeez.
Say it with your chest, Norm. Say it with your chest, bro.
Anybody got Aston Villa Chelsea? Who's anybody?
Yeah. 2-0.
Oh, you gone for that?
Yeah, I gone 2-0 Chelsea away from home.
Jeez. West Ham, Southampton, West Ham.
Ain't it? No.
Oh God.
Yeah, this week's is kind of hard this week, you know, because I was going to go for what is. All right, I was going to go for the Brentford game.
I'm gonna go. Jeez. Let me go back to Saturday. What's the Saturday games? You got Tottenham, Everton, Wolves, Nottingham Forest. Right. I'm gonna go Wolves.
This actually, you have to remember that Forest have conceded at least a goal every game.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to go Wolves.
That new goalkeeper ain't doing it, is he?
I'm going to go Wolves 2-0. 2-0
Wolves.
Yeah. So I'll put that in the chat a bit. So I'm going to go Wolves 2-0 in the chat.
Spurs are losing again.
Have they scored again? Have they scored again?
Surely that's delayed.
Chile put in 1-1 and then Rucals is putting Spurs are losing.
No, that must be delayed. It's 1-1 at the moment. I don't know if I've missed something.
No, Liverpool have scored. So Liverpool are 1-1.
Okay, so they've equalised.
Yeah, 1-1. Yeah, Tottenham 1-1 as well.
Okay, all right then. Well, that you'll see. That looks like going to be plenty of goals in these games. Right. So yeah. So listen, guys. I think we have come to the end of the show. And again, thank you all in the chat for sticking with us. Listen, as I said earlier on, tomorrow I'm going to be the other side of the world, and we'll be hoping to bring a show from there. It's going to be a bit of a mad one because I think when it's 6:30 your time here, it's going to be about 3:30 in the morning. So I don't know how I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I think Ez, you said you were going to send something in the chat about the strength of the broadband.
I'm send the link to
I think that just out of just curiosity, because I'm going to be streaming out there using StreamYard. Do I need a VPN?
You should be all right. StreamYard, you should be okay. I think. From what I know, StreamYard's quite universal.
Because if I can stream from out there using StreamYard, I should be okay, shouldn't it?
StreamYard is not even a UK site. It's American
platform, yeah.
So could I then set up?
Yeah, you should set up the same way you would anyway.
Okay, then that's cool. Then I don't have to worry about a VPN. But listen, if it doesn't happen, guys, please forgive us. You know what I mean? I might put a few vlogs on. I don't know. We'll see what happens and just upload some stuff. Yeah. But listen, thanks, Craig, man. Yeah. It's gonna be a long one. 7 hours to Dubai and then 13 hours from there. Ooh. Yeah, so it's gonna be a long thing. Long thing. But listen, looking forward to it. Never been there. The furthest I've flown to was as Dean knows, we went to Thailand and Hong Kong together. Yeah. And that was about 20 years ago. Yeah, 13 hours. And that was long enough. That was long enough, but it is what it is. But listen, guys in the chat, really appreciate you sticking with us and big up the chat. Big up to everybody. And for those that are new, as I said, please hit the like button, subscribe and share. If you're new, as I said, we're on the road to 300 and hopefully we'll get there. Let's see what the weekend chucks up and what tonight chucks up in terms of Champions League and tomorrow. I'm actually going to miss the Europa League game as well because I'll be flying when that be on. So I won't know until Friday. So hopefully I'll be happy when I turn my phone on. And hopefully we would have got a result against Bodo Glimt.
But no, depending who you're flying with, you may be able to get Wi-Fi on the plane, you know.
Yeah, well, we're flying with the Emirates. So
you're gonna get Wi-Fi on there if you want it.
Cool.
Yeah, for sure.
The only thing is though, I'll probably have to stream like I've got Sky Go on my phone.
Yeah,
I don't think I can watch Sky Go or BT Sports from out there. You will definitely need a VPN. So I might have to look at some other ways and means to watch the games. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But listen, guys. Thank you again. Thank you, Big D. Thank you, Ez. Thank you.
No worries, man.
Kofi Klopp, I know you're driving now. In the chat as well. Big up to everybody chat. Big up Chile. I hope your team loses tonight. And we move. And as I say, I'm just riding the crest of a wave. That's all it is, mate. Just riding the crest of a wave. So take care. God bless, and we'll see you on next What's Going On podcast. Take care.
Man. Take care, guys.